Hey folks, Lizzie here. Thanks for joining me today. I am showing you a beautiful piece of live edge maple. I want to give a shout out to my friends Zach and Mike in Lacey. They supplied me with this milled piece of maple that they cut down, and it's got a beautiful live edge bark on it, even with some moss. So that gave me a really good idea for this next project. I'm sure you've all seen live edge cutting boards or serving trays. Well, I'm going to make another one, only this time I'm going to incorporate some nature items in this board. So what I'm doing right now is cutting this board into two separate pieces, and in the center I will be filling it with some goodies from nature. Here you can see I'm gluing up some border pieces to keep the resin that I'm going to pour in the center from coming out. And I will, in addition to hot gluing this together, I will secure it with some more glue and some tape just to make sure that it doesn't leak out. I went to the craft store to buy a few different species of moss and some little pine cones. In addition, I found some cedar pine cones from my own trees that I cut in half, and I will be adding those plus some cedar sprigs into the mix. Now here I'm just placing them randomly. I will have to glue some of these down to the bottom board just to make sure that they don't all float up to the top. So now I'm getting ready to pour the resin, and I will be pouring all the way to the top. After this cures for about 3 days, I can go ahead and work the board, which would be sanding it down level. Here's the board going through the drum sander. It took several passes to get it to the width that I wanted. Now I found this really rustic piece of wood at an architectural salvage place, and I've made quite a few projects out of this piece. So what I'm doing now is I'm going to make a frame. Now live edge boards typically I've seen are usually without a frame. They're just a flat board with a handle or even no handle at all. But I'd like to change it up a little bit, so I'm going to use this rustic piece of wood to make a frame. I did cut out a little bit of a channel at the bottom section of this piece of wood to receive the flat maple resin board. And you can see it fits perfectly. I'm just gluing the corners right now. I'm not going to be gluing the flat side, the flat board, onto the frame until the frame is completely dry, because I do have to work on the frame before I glue them all together. Now that the frame has dried, I'm taking a rasp to rough up the edges to continue the rustic look of the frame. Now you see that beautiful aged look. I want to make sure that the top and the insides have the same look. So I have a solution of apple cider vinegar and steel wool pad that I soaked in overnight, and now I am applying this solution to the raw pieces of the wood, and within a few hours they should look almost identical to the same color of the sides of the outside. See the color? Almost perfect. That's exactly what I was going for. So now it's time to glue my board onto the frame. And I'm running my glue inside of the little channel on the bottom. Perfect fit, nice and flush with the bottom. I probably won't have to do very much sanding on that part. Now it's time to clamp it up and let it dry. I'm using a tabletop epoxy to apply to the surface of the board. That will give it a complete secure surface without any leakage or harmful staining. I'm brushing the epoxy on, and then I will pour it on afterwards. Now that it's all dry, I am using some polyurethane to coat the frame and make sure that that rustic aged look is preserved. So I give this a few coats of polyurethane to finish the project. Now it's time to add some handles. I found these beautiful rustic looking aged brass handles, which I will be applying to either end of my tray. I'm marking where the holes will be, and then I will be drilling all the way through the wood. Now I'm just finishing up this tray using these little, I believe they're silicone feet that you can put on anything actually, and it will keep the tray from scratching any furniture when you're using it. So here's the finished tray, folks. What do you think? Me personally, I love it. I love the rustic nature of the beauty of the distressed wood on the outside, the tiger stripes of the maple, and the natural elements of moss and cones and sprigs of cedar. It just, everything about it is just natural and beautiful. I hope you like it too, and I hope you have it. If you haven't subscribed to my channel already, please do. I have lots of more fun videos coming your way. So thanks for watching, and I hope you have a wonderful and creative day. Bye.